Alright, and here we are in Unity. Or you can see I've already imported my stuff, and by import all I mean is I dragged in my mesh, I dragged in my normal map and my diffuse map, and I plugged them in to a bumped specular shader. Usually you'll have just diffuse or bump diffuse. Change it over to specular. That's got the alpha channel. It's a TIFF, so it shows up. And then I just started duplicating my single little planes. And you can see, looking around, we got pretty nice texture for being that much on the fly. Like I said before, if this were for an actual game, I certainly would have put a little more time and effort into this. But this was just about seeing the tools and seeing what we could do. And really, considering that speed, and only using a single plane, we got pretty darn good. Then all I did was take the very same plane, brought it back into Endu and Dedo, just made a slightly different normal map, and made a color map, and used some of my saved materials, and I made floor pieces exactly the same way that we made the wall pieces. And now we have some materials that actually match up. We're getting nice specular levels off our lights. In my super awesome, many times duplicated box level. Does it get any better than this? I ask you, does it? I don't think so. But you can see we get actually a pretty stylish looking little sci-fi hall, which was what we set out to do. Our normals are working really well. It looks like we have some nice geometry popping out, when in fact we do not. These are all just flat planes. And we have some awesome textures, courtesy of Quixel. So, I hope you guys really enjoyed this little tutorial. Now, there's a great many more things you can do with Quixel. I certainly recommend that you go to Quixel's wiki and read through that and watch some of the tutorials there. You can push things much further. You can see more stuff on using high-res to low-res geometry, or just using high-res geometry. But at the end of the day, the tools are basically the same, and the workflow is a lot the same. The only difference you'll run into with high-res geometry is baking out your various maps in your 3D application instead of us just building them in Photoshop like we did. But otherwise, it really is pretty much the same, so don't let it freak you out. Go give it a try, and thanks for spending this time with me. I hope everyone has a great night.